This video will give you an overview of the writing process and its different steps. We will explore each step in more details throughout this module. Writing is like making a clay pot. You start with shaping a lump of clay into the shape of a pot. In the beginning, the shape may not be recognizable. However, you do not scrap it and start again. You keep working on the shape and remove more and more clay. Sometimes you might need to add some until you're left with the shape of a pot. Now you can start decorating it and adding small details. The worst thing that you can do in writing is removing whole sentences or paragraphs just because they do not look perfect the first time you write them. The writing itself is a circular process, consisting of several drafts and revisions as you focus on different writing principles through different drafts. Following the steps of the writing process simplifies your writing and ensures that the majority of the work is completed even before you start writing your first draft. The writing process consists of 5 steps: pre-writing, outlining, first draft, second draft, and final drafts. You should focus on different tasks during each of these steps, and you always start with the largest task while progressing to the smaller tasks towards the end of the process. The first step of the writing process we have already discussed in some length as part of Module 1. This is the pre-writing stage, where you select a topic, conduct some preliminary research, and develop your research questions and thesis statement. This stage will not be explored further in this module, but please return to Module 1 if you need a reminder. The second step is maybe the most time-consuming and important step of the whole writing process. Conducting your research and organizing it into an outline provides you with the structure of your thesis. Writing an outline should be done in conjunction with information searching and reading. As you read and find interesting information you think you'll use in your thesis, include it into an outline. This means that at an early stage you will have all your information organized, which gives you both a clear direction and structure of your writing. This allows you to focus on the more creative details, such as how to formulate your paragraphs and sentences during your later drafts. Keep updating the outline throughout the writing process. After writing an outline, you write your first draft by simply writing out the information and ideas from your outline into full sentences and paragraphs. The main focus should be on getting your main ideas down on paper in full sentences and get your paragraph structure in place. You need not worry about sentence structure, which words you use, grammar, or spelling. The key is to focus on developing your ideas and write out the content of your outline. When you've organized your sentences into well-structured paragraphs during the first draft, you focus more on the sentence structure and the words that you're using in the second draft. At this stage, you focus on the principles of clarity and cohesion to make sure that each sentence will make sense for your reader. The third drafts and the following drafts should focus on the details in your writing, such as grammar, spelling, and punctuation. It is important not to focus too much on this during your earlier draft, when you should focus on getting the major structure of your paragraph and sentences in place. When you're satisfied with all this, you may get started on proofreading your thesis. There are several online proofreading services that can assist you with this, and it might be a good idea to get together with another student to proofread each other's drafts. During this stage, you should also revisit the NMBU thesis guidelines, which we refer to in Module 1. Each step of the writing process includes different elements you should focus on in your writing and propels you towards a finished product. You should start with the larger tasks before progressing to the smaller details of your writing. Progressing through the stages of the writing process ensure that you don't get overwhelmed by the task of writing a thesis. The rest of this module will go into depth in each step of the writing process and explain the writing principles you should be focusing on.